Good morning, day 17. I think I've got that right. Makes this a Friday. Forecast called for some rain overnight. Not anything stormy, but rain. It was supposed to be fairly limited to the AM hours, like the 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. window for the forecast, and it started earlier and continued longer. It's, I don't know, about 8:15 a.m. and forecast now indicates still some rain wrapping up between 9 and 10. But yeah, it's just been off and on all night, which makes me not want to pack up the tent. I don't want to be out in the rain. I don't want to pack up a wet tent. So, yeah. I mentioned last night, signing off, that we were trying to determine what we were going to do. Last night, yesterday evening in Brainerd, we basically plotted out a potential plan to get a few extra miles. It would be an extra 4 miles from here where we are to Crow Wing State Park. And from there, it would be 27 miles to Little Falls. And we were thinking of possibly pushing for both of them. These are big mileages based on the water being fairly still. There's a dam in Little Falls that's going to slow things down. We didn't get those 4 extra miles, and how much that would have mattered, I don't know. We still might not have had the energy to do Little Falls. I'm feeling the need to take a day for recuperation. We took a couple short days after a couple long days, but I'm still feeling like getting off the river for a day is important. I'm starting to feel it more in my body, my shoulder, my back. Once you get out on the river and moving a little bit, it gets better. It's tough when you tighten up in the morning, just like any sort of activity. But of course, we have a day off planned coming up, Labor Day, which is what this is the Friday, that's the Monday, so day 18, 19, 21. Day 21 is the last day of the fair, and we were trying to find a way to get there. I looked in to get a rental car for a couple of days and taking a couple of days off the river, and that's not something that Jamie wants to do, so we are not of the same mind there. I'd also like to do some shopping. I know I've mentioned on stream that my gear is not where I want it to be, and there's an REI in like the Minneapolis-St. Paul area that I could possibly, I'm sure I could throw some money at the problem and get some gear. I don't know how much better it would be for me, but it's something I could do, and an avenue I'd like to explore. But so that was kind of my thought process, was just take a couple days off, get on the road, take in the fair, do some shopping, rest up my arms and back. But Jamie's not comfortable taking off the river, and I think he's a little concerned about the cost of this. Well, I don't know what his primary motivation is. He wants to split everything. yeah, I mean, I certainly wouldn't expect him to split the cost of my new gear, and I wouldn't expect him to split the cost of this rental car for my plan either. So, yeah, I guess I haven't illustrated that to him or made that clear. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just his mindset that everything gets split 50-50. In fact, he's got a little app set up for us to enter the expenses that we've covered, and I think he very much wants it to come out even at the end. I don't really know if that's based on wanting not to have to spend more than me, or wanting to carry as much of the load as me, or both. But that's something he's wanted to do, is keep a nice clean accounting of the situation and have it come out right at the end. So anyway, now I'm lingering in bed later than I normally might. Well, I guess normally I'd start stirring about now, and with another dose of rain coming in the next 45 minutes to an hour and a half, I'm not well motivated to start moving yet. But it's got to come sometime. So, as for making Little Falls potentially today, that would be 31 miles. And I think the 27 that it would have been if we got the extra 4 still would have been a push. So I don't see us making it that far. I see Little Falls in 2 days. Which means a primitive campsite tonight. We have water. We have enough food. So none of that's a problem. But getting up and moving, getting the motivation to go. Got to dig deep to make this happen when plans aren't going how I'd hoped. So we'll see how this comes and see what comes of it, or when it happens. Day 17. There's a light on the horizon, emanating from the bayou. It shouldn't be so surprising. Gotta get there before I come home to you. Day 17, 6 minutes prior to 9 a.m. Once again, we see top of the morning. The rest of the day to you, sir.
Yep, I'm gonna try for Little Falls.
Little Falls, that's 31 miles. Good little paddle there. I wish you well. I'd love to be in Little Falls tonight, but I don't feel like I've got it in me. I don't know.
I'll probably see you at Little Falls.
It would make me happy to get there.
I can see Jamie going, come on, Matt, just 4 more miles.
I could see that going the other way around. But 4 more miles, we're kind of committed, right? I mean, we've gone past the last good campsite if we're only 4 miles from Little Falls.
Now it's like you're committed. There's
right.
places to eat. There's a bar. All the things
You're speaking my language, my brother.
Yeah, all the things. So you just got, you know what they call those? Those are called love languages.
Yeah.
Matt's going to speak, or Jamie's going to speak to Matt and go, hey, man, I know what you need.
We both were pretty achy that last 4 miles from Brainerd last night. I mean, we got back in and it was a tough one.
There's always a reward at the end.
There's always a reward.
Carrot stick. Carrot stick. Carrot.
So once again, Paul's up and moving, packed up, and he's about to put in. Looks like this once again might be the last time we see him. Although he's trying to give us the encouragement to get on to Little Falls. I'm not convinced he's going to make it, but I think his odds are good. I give him 65%.
See you at the next campground.
Okay, well, wherever.
All right, fellas. Have a good battle.
We got to sort this out.
See you, Paul.
And also this time of morning, The river is alive with those seeking dinner or lunch or maybe even breakfast. Okay, Paul's method of entering the river differs from ours considerably, but I guess it would have to. Being in a solo rig, you gotta find your way, right? Whatever your circumstances, you gotta find a way to make it work. More later, folks. So as you saw in Paul's departure, his intended takeout today is Little Falls. That's about 31 river miles, which we've done before. In fact, we did the 39, but that was on good flowing water. Little Falls has a dam, and we're a little more beat up now, so I don't know. I would very much like to get to Little Falls. It's almost 10 a.m., so we're getting a little later start than we did on our big day for 39, and the conditions aren't as good as they were then. I don't think our condition is not as good. I know that for certain. Sometimes when you get out there, though, you just catch a little paddler's high or something, so that could happen, and we just keep on trucking. We'll see. I don't know exactly what's going to come of it. There's a couple of options for camping that are coming up short. We would have to choose one of them before we got too far, or we just have to do some stealth camping on somebody's land or something if we just get in a pinch. All right, it is day 17. We've got some hard decisions to make, and when I say hard, I kind of mean it. The way this times out just doesn't provide us a whole lot of options. It's either go for it or don't, come up way short. So 1 day or 2 days to Little Falls is what it comes down to. 1 day would be great, and that would really justify a 0 day, I think. Jamie seems to want to get more miles. The problem with this decision is that Little Falls doesn't have any car rental, whereas just a little bit upriver there is. So the car rental decision is pretty much thwarted by getting on the river. So I'm just going with the flow. It's not what Jamie wants to do, so that's not what we're going to do. We'll see what happens from here. This fine morning, we've come across some fly fishermen. Hoping to get some footage of them casting. Let them show their art, but they're repositioning instead. I suppose you'll have to take my word for it. Oh, here goes our man. Such a beautiful technique. It's really a wonder to see it. It's just past noon, so we've been on the river about 2 hours, 15 minutes, something like that. We put in just before 10, I think. We've been taking a break the last 10 minutes. Had a little snack, cleaned up the floorboard a little bit. Jamie's looking at options on the internet as to what our next step will be. We're not even sure where we're taking out today, but we have to figure that out before we pass places that we could possibly take out. It's either take out early or go all the way to Little Falls. Little Falls would be great as a destination, but perhaps you can see from this footage that The river's it is moving, but it's not in any hurry around here. So most of our time is ours in terms of what time we make. We still haven't really discussed long-term plans. I think Jamie still has the state fair in mind. He just mentioned in his planning potentially finding a place to store a canoe in Little Falls. So that would mean that he has some idea of how to get from Little Falls to Minneapolis, I suppose, which might involve family. So I will sit back and be the motor today and let what happens happen. And we have a nice little spread on the river. They got almost a rock wall there. It's natural there, but it's a nice little harbor for one's boat. But they have a little sense of humor. Let's see what those signs say there. Can't quite make them out, actually. We'll have to maybe check that out in digital zoom with post. Key Largo, Cuba.
I can't read them.
Yeah, I can't make them all out, but that might be fun to decipher when we get time. Not sure the time, probably about 1 o'clock. I find myself getting lost in songwriting a little bit, which is good. Something to distract from the task. Not getting very far with the song, but little bits and pieces here and there. I also find myself a little more physically capable than what I thought I would be today. Not hurting so much. Sore, but able to keep on chugging. So, shoot, it might be possible that we grind out these river hours and come into Little Falls. I will keep thinking good thoughts. Far from being a still river here as anticipated, we've actually seen some motion in the current and made some decent time. I think we're all but certain to make Little Falls, barring catastrophe. It's still relatively early. It might be 3 o'clock. And I'm guessing, based on last estimate, we got something on the order of 8 miles left to go, with close to 5 hours of daylight. Now this will slow down because we'll be coming up on a dam in Little Falls, so at some point all this current's just going to go away. But right now we're making time, not even paddling. You can see the shore there just kind of rolling on by as we move forward. Coming up on a road bridge. Don't know what this is or what. I'm going to get Jamie's opinion on that. Him being the primary navigator on this thing. I aim for downriver. That's how I've been doing it. I'm counting on him to plan stops and takeouts and what's coming up next. So gotta get paddling before we get caught up in this sideways. This, everyone, is Little Falls. We're coming upon it. We might be 3 miles still from the dam, but we're not going that far. We have a river angel that'll be hosting us at least to stow our gear. We might be getting a motel tonight. We haven't sorted that out. We know we want to get something to eat, and we know we kind of want to take the town in a little bit, but details we don't know. Okay, adventurers, this is how day 17 draws to a close. We are on a lovely little bay. This is in fact the Mississippi River, but it's kind of an overgrown lake, given that it's dammed a couple miles down the river from here. We've been taken in by a couple of river angels. Chris and Sarah have offered us the safety of their harbor and the cover of their roof for the evening, and even a beer.
So we're taking in the sunset and considering our next steps. Thanks for joining us. Might be more tonight, if not on the morrow. All right, everybody. This is the end of day 17. I just want to take the opportunity to display my farmer's tan. I just took a shower, so this is not dirt. This is actually the tone of my skin relative to my pasty white belly and man boobs. And you can see it in my V-neck and my face. But my legs are pretty much 100% covered. I've been wearing longs the whole time. They're just more comfortable. But you can see some tricep coming in. I mean, it's real. That's the activity. It's pushing back. So yeah, I'm gonna have some real definition by the end of the trip. It's starting to show up. My body's changing. For better or for worse. This one will probably give me cancer. I'm gonna have to see a dermatologist after this trip. Okay, night of day 17. We'll be making this portage on day 18 probably, unless we drastically change our plans. Just under a bridge. So here's the dam, just here, and they've got a portage set up here, but they have a really odd buoy system that precludes getting here. So we have to get creative. Obviously, it's designed for this purpose, but it is kind of a high takeout, but not undoable. We're gonna make this work. And then the put-in is just over here. I'm actually gonna walk it. Let's see. We're here with our hosts talking about it, but it's the Little Falls, I'm sure it's all backlit. Little Falls Hydroelectric Station generating cap 4.5 megawatts. Okay, there we go. Minnesota Power. So, portage just down this sidewalk, 100 yards, and let's see what we find. We're going out for dinner. Gonna treat our hosts to dinner. That seems only appropriate, given the kindness they're showing us. They're taking us to a place called Chow Time, which I initially thought was going to be a all-you-can-eat Chinese, but no, it's Italian-based. It's the Hun, C-I-A-O, Chow. So here we see the spillway for the Mississippi River. There's the Mississippi River, y'all. Lower side of the dam here at Little Falls. Let's find this put-in. James Gree Park. James Gree. Sounds like a good fellow. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm walking right across this grass that somebody's trying hard to grow back. Shame on me. I wonder, looks like some people do it here. This is not what you'd want to do, though. Yeah, that's no good. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, just kicking through this park a little bit. This is way too rocky. This is not what you want. Over this footbridge. I'm not sure how far I'm going to have to go here, but this is clearly the route. This looks pretty familiar. A little winding hardscape from 25 years ago. We're going to cut this video because this is going on too long. I really thought it'd be closer. But here's the backside of the dam. I may or may not show you this again tomorrow. Day 17, pretty close to the end.